Hello guys, namaste, welcome to my channel. This is Amisha Singh Chauhan and here we meet for the first time. So, if you're looking for something fun, dark and mysterious at the same time, then you're at the right place. Which reminds me, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that bell icon so that whenever I'm here, you'll get to know about it. As you might have read by the title, that today we're going to talk about reincarnations. So is reincarnation real or is it fake or just hyped up story made by some people out of boredom? I don't know. If you ask my opinion, I don't know. How about you tell me yours in the comments down below? I'd love to know about them. So when I was doing my research to find out if reincarnation is real or not, I came across this case of an Indian woman. Her name is Shanti Devi. And supposedly, this case is said to be the world's most researched cases in the entire world in the field of reincarnation and parapsychology. More than thousands of psychologists, psychiatrists, parapsychologists, saints, and I don't know, professors, so many people have done their research and put their own opinions. So it was a lot of material. I'm going to tell you in short what exactly happened in Shanti Devi's reincarnation case. Around 1902, in a small town near Mathura, a girl was born. Her name was Lugdi Bai. At the age of 10, she was married to another Brahmin to whom she was a second wife. The first wife had died long back. At a very young age, Lugdi Bai conceived, but unfortunately she delivered a stillborn baby. And then she conceived again, but this time, during her first pregnancy and the second pregnancy, she was diagnosed with arthritis. So when she was going to deliver her baby, her husband took her to a government hospital in Agra, where she delivered a healthy baby boy. But unfortunately, she died after childbirth within 9 days. Now, here comes the interesting part. After 1 year, 10 days later, of Lugdi Bai's death, a girl was born 145 kilometers away from Mathura in Delhi, in Mathur's family. This girl was named Shanti Devi. Yes, you heard it right, Shanti Devi. So Shanti Devi, just like any other girl of her age, was playful and was interested in all of dresses and makeup and everything. But the only thing that bugged her parents was that she wouldn't talk. By the age of 4, she wouldn't talk to anyone, not even utter a single word. And then all of a sudden, she started talking. But then she started talking about husband and having children, and specifically a son. Now imagine being a parent to a 4-year-old who would not say any word, and all of a sudden when that baby starts talking, she is talking about having a husband and not calling her parents, but somebody else, a stranger, complete stranger, a parent, and calls another city her home. The parents obviously went total crazy and refrained Shanti Devi to talk about it. But it was so unlikely for Shanti Devi to not talk about her home. She desperately wanted to go to Mathura and meet her real family, as she used to call them. But the parents wouldn't allow that, obviously. At the age of 6, when she started going to school, she would interact to people. People would bully her because all she was talking about was having a husband and a son. The teacher heard this talk and was very intrigued. He went to the headmaster and they decided that together they're going to find out what's the real story behind Shanti Devi. So they sat her down and started asking her questions. She would give them all the details, like how her husband was tall, fair and strong built, but had a weird scar on his right cheek near his ears. But then when asked about his name, she would never take his name. She would instead reply by saying that I'm an Indian woman and I never take the name of my husband. Then the teacher thought of something very different. So he thought of bribing her. He said that if you'll tell me the name of your husband, I will take you to him. And what else Shanti Devi wanted? So she agreed. She went to his ears and hushed, Pandit Kedarnath Chaube. And that was Lugdibai's husband's name, which Shanti Devi thought was her husband too at the age of 6. The headmaster and the teacher together pulled up some strings back in Mathura to find out if there was really a Pandit whose name was Kedarnath Chaube, who owned a cloth shop just opposite to Dwarakadhish temple. And guess what? There was actually a man who owned a cloth shop opposite to Dwarakadhish temple whose name was Pandit Kedarnath Chaube. So they wrote a letter to him, explained everything, and he agreed to see her. So he, along with his present wife and his son, who was also Lugdibai's son, whose name is Navneet Chaube, they together traveled to Delhi to see this girl, Shanti Devi. Now, Kedarnath Chaube was very smart. He wouldn't just believe on anything, right? So what he decided was, when he'll see Shanti Devi for the first time, he would come up as not Kedarnath, but Kedarnath's older brother. So he goes there, introduces himself as Kedarnath's older brother, and everyone greets him the same way, because nobody in the Mathur family has any idea that this man is Lugdibai's and their present daughter's past lives husband himself. Like, I don't even know how to go with that chain. Shanti Devi was right in front of this all small talks and greetings. Instead of going and saying hello, she hides behind her mom's legs, clutching to her leg tightly and blushing and being all shy. Her mother obviously sees this reaction and is intrigued and asks her that, why are you behaving in such a manner? Why are you all blushy, gushy? So Shanti Devi goes like, he is my husband. He is not my brother-in-law. And Kedarnath is shocked because how could a girl he never met recognizes his identity? Later on, Kedarnath personally meets Shanti Devi and they have an explicit talk. When he walked out of the room, he told everyone that he's 100% guaranteed that Shanti Devi was indeed reincarnation of his wife Lugdibai, because she could tell things that only a wife would know about her husband. But guess what? Before he was leaving for Mathura, Shanti Devi was very unhappy. She went to Kedarnath and she scolded him that you made some promises to me when I was on that deathbed. You promised me that you'll never marry. So what are you doing with this woman? I don't even know what to say. Like, that was one of the parts where I really bursted out laughing. Like, imagine a 6-year-old girl saying that to around 40, 50-year-old man. Also, another part that is very interesting and sweet about the story is that she could recognize Navneet immediately. And when Kedarnath asked her, like, how could you remember him? She said, I'm a mother and we share a soul. A mother and son share their soul. So obviously I'll recognize him. And she started crying when she saw Navneet. She was so happy. Now, here comes a very interesting part. You might not have thought about it or guessed, but Mahatma Gandhi played a very important role. So when Mahatma Gandhi got to know about Shanti Devi, he formed a commission of 15 people. People who were historians, researchers, and psychologists and doctors. So these people's job was to investigate if what Shanti Devi was saying was truth or just a fraud. So the commission, along with Shanti Devi, her younger brother and father, go to Mathura. And things went crazy over there. The moment they stepped on the platform of Mathura, there was a lot of crowd there to see this girl. So in that crowd, one man stood out. He came up front and stood right in front of Shanti Devi. And Shanti Devi, immediately as soon as she saw him, she bowed her head and wouldn't look straight into his eyes. When she was questioned on that, she replied by saying that he is my brother-in-law. And in our culture, we don't look eye to our brother-in-laws. And that man indeed was Kedarnath's older brother. Later on, Shanti Devi visited her parents. She could recognize her mother and she ran to her lap and started weeping. And this entire scenario, this entire scene left everyone in shock, because she could recognize everyone, even her friends, even her neighbors whom she lended money. Like, imagine going to someone and saying that I lended money to you in my past life. That's a nice way of taking back money. Also, when she went to the house where she used to live, where Lugdi Bai used to live with Kedarnath Chaube and her entire family, she told everyone that on the second floor of the house, she hid some money in a flower pot, which when the commission went in and dug up, they couldn't find any cash actually. But then Kedarnath later on confessed that how after Lugdi Bai's death, he took all the money. Later on, Shanti Devi kept in touch with her family. She never married again. She believed herself to be spiritually high and couldn't accept her identity as Shanti Devi. Shanti Devi's case of reincarnation is one of those cases out of thousands and thousands of other cases out there, though it is one of the most researched ones and said to be a prime example. But there are other cases as well. So there's another case of a Thai boy. He has 2 scars on his head, one right here and the here, like you can see in the pictures. This boy believes that in his past life, he was shot from behind, and he even has scars of that. I came across this another story of a father changing his young toddler's diapers, and out of nowhere, this boy is like, you know what, daddy, when I was your age, I used to change yours. And later on, he would talk about his grandfather's life in so much detail that everyone was shocked that this toddler who never had the opportunity to see his grandfather could know so much about him. I don't know, it gives me goosebumps. Like if you guys could see, you would actually know. These cases, these stories are so intriguing. I want to say that reincarnation is real, but I don't know. Are these proofs enough? Are these examples enough to say that reincarnation is real? I don't know. I'm still skeptical. I want to say yes, but something in me says, I don't know. Like I'm repeating that again and again. Well, let's just agree that this was for me to tell you guys, and it's for you all to decide if it's real or not. What do you think? What do you think about after hearing Shanti Devi's case and that Thai boy's case and that little toddler? What do you guys think? Comment down below. And also, do not forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet, and hit that bell icon. I'm telling you guys again, do it. This is my first video. Do it for my motivation. It would mean a lot to me. It took a lot of guts to actually stand here and make a video. Well, that's a story for another video. So hit that like button if you like the video, and do share it and comment down your views on this. And do not forget to follow me on Instagram. See you all next time. Bye-bye.